So body type dressing has been around for decades, but I'm not actually sure it works. So today I'm going to test it against my rectangle body shape to see if it delivers on what it promises. So here's the plan. I'm going to style an outfit that follows the body type dressing rules. And then I'm going to style an outfit that breaks all of those rules. And we'll see what I prefer and we'll see what you prefer. And we'll go from there. First, we need to find out what I'm not supposed to wear and what I should wear. All right, so we're going to ask my little buddy Claude here. If I'm a rectangular body shape, what he says for avoid: boxy straight cuts. Oversized squares and boxy tees emphasize the straight silhouette rather than creating curves. All right. Horizontal stripes, stiff structured fabrics. Crew necks, my favorite type of t-shirt, and square necklines. These close off the chest area and remove the visual lengthening effect you want. Not off to the best start, not gonna lie. So this is what I should be wearing. Wrap tops. The diagonal wrap line creates the illusion of a waist and adds soft curves to the torso. I have no wrap tops. V-necks and deep necklines. Elongate the body vertically and draw the eye inward, suggesting a narrower waist. I don't really wear V-necks. Peplum and flared hem tops. I can get on board with that one. Okay, next one is ruffles and detailing on chest. Adds visual volume to the bust. My peasant blouse top that I did a video on last year, if you guys remember. And that's got some detailing on the chest. However, it's a high neck, but I could button it down low. I don't know, okay. Belted or waist cinching tops. Anything that ties, tucks, or belts at the natural waist immediately adds shape. Vertical stripe patterns. Vertical stripe patterns, I'm on board with. Like that's my favorite thing is vertical stripes. So that elongates frames, creates subtle illusion of longer, leaner torso. Okay, let's look at the bottoms. It says avoid. This is what I need to avoid. Straight leg jeans. Now, I do agree with this. Like I said, I've said, you know, straight leg jeans definitely box me up. But they're also one of my favorite pairs of jeans to wear. So, a little bit of a conundrum there. Skinny jeans. What? Clings to the leg with no flare. Emphasizes uniformity rather than breaking up the line. Wow, that actually surprises me. I actually thought that skinny jeans were good for a rectangle body shape, but apparently not. Low-rise cuts. That's also interesting. Flat front trousers. I just agree with that in general. Like flat trousers are just boring to me. I need pockets. I need something. Cropped slim pants. What? Cuts the leg at a narrow point, drawing attention to the absence of hip thigh volume. That's like one of my favorite, like all the things that I love. It's like avoid. Okay, next one is wide leg trousers. The flare creates visual hip width and makes the waist look proportionately smaller. Yeah, I get that. But also, I don't know, like I feel like wide leg pants like swallow me up. So I don't know, like they're kind of like my least favorite to wear. Like I do wear them. High waist jeans. Okay. Finally, something we're on the same page with. Sitting at or above the natural waist is the single most effective thing you can do. It defines the waist instantly. Okay, thank you. Maybe that's how I get away with all of it, maybe. It's because I'm obsessed with high-waisted. Boot cut and flared jeans. The subtle flare at the hem balances the hip line and adds a curve illusion without looking dramatic. That I agree with too. Pleated trousers. I do love a pleated trouser. Pleats add volume at the hip and thigh, giving the lower body the dimension it needs. Okay, yep. Okay, straight leg with belt. Okie-doke. This is where we bring it back. All right, so now we need to address my wardrobe. Okay. This is gonna get interesting. I interrupt this very important video programming for a very special announcement. Finally finished something I have been working on for such a long time, and that is my guided wardrobe reset video. Basically, it is ultimately a consultant sitting down with their client. That is sort of the vibe I have created, and it is literally me walking you through every step of a wardrobe reset, resetting the wardrobe, as well as then identifying what you love and building then off of that and further improving your personal style experience. So I am the sponsor of today's video, basically. That's my little spiel. If that sounds like something of value to you, definitely head down to this description below this video, and there will be my link to the wardrobe reset. As well as that, I have included an additional purchase of a wardrobe reset worksheet that goes right alongside this video. So there we go. Back to our original programming. Okay, so we're gonna build out the outfit that is following the rules first. Okay, so let's figure out our bottom first, because I'm not really sure what we're gonna do here. Okay, straight, slim fit. Yeah, that's a no. Those are cropped straight. A slim crop. We might have one. Yes, they're high-waisted, they're wide leg, and they're full length. The other option we do have as well, though, thinking of that. Wait, first, let me just show you how many more. These, I don't really know where we land on barrel jeans. I should have asked. Barrel jeans, I feel like they just work for everybody. So that is okay, I think. Cigarette fit, skinny fit or tapered fit, straight fit. Okay. These wide leg, but low rise. So sorry. And these are cropped straight fits. So no, nope. So that's where we're at for jeans. Yeah, we're not gonna go through all my pants because we'll be here all day. But the pants that I was thinking before, because I forgot about those jeans, my Citizens of Humanity Cara pleated pant, because we've got the pleats, we've got the high waist, they're wide leg, but they do have like a slight crop to them. I think because these literally hit every rule, we're gonna go with these, because these, I guess, go against it a little bit with the length. So we got our bottoms. Let's put these guys on. Okay. Ooh, I love these two because they're like super high waist. This keeps getting buried, so I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, so for our tops, I'm breaking a lot of rules. So I've got a lot of structured tops. These are pretty much all structured, okay? And then, let's see, for our t-shirts, I think those are all crew necks. For here, we've got crew neck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck. Oh, there we go. That little guy might work. That could be an option. This little peasant blouse. We've got, you know, the detailing in the chest area. Only thing we'd have to like make sure it has like make it a V-neck, because it does have like a higher button. Okay. Crew neck, 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 mock neck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck, turtleneck, turtleneck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck, crew neck. Okay. So, oh gosh. Only other top. Maybe I do have a V-neck in black. Nope, crew neck, crew neck. I think we're gonna go with this one because I feel like it's hitting a lot of the rules. It's very detailed and I can make it into a V-neck. Okay, so first things first though, I am gonna tuck this in just so we can emphasize the high waist to follow the rules, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're following the rules. So our only issue is turning this into like a V-neck. I mean, does it really make a difference? I don't even know. V-neck like washes me out? I don't know. Like, I like it better. Ugh, whatever. Okay, so I do have some fashion tape. So I think I could tape that, the little flaps down. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Let's add a belt. I think I'm gonna add a necklace. We're gonna do my new Idol diamond initial necklace. Okay, that feels better. You know what I didn't ask it about is shoes. For a rectangular body shape, straight up and down, the goal is to create curves and break the, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Wear pointed toe shoes, okay? Dainty heels, okay? And embellished footwear to add interest. And chunky boots or platforms to add volume at the base. Okay. Avoid overly square-toed shoes or extremely clunky styles that make the lower body look too heavy. Well, okay. The shoes I have in here, which work perfectly, are my Louboutin pointed toe flats. And now that silver will tie in with that silver, so that'll be cute. Okay. All right, so this is the outfit following the body type rules for a rectangular body shape. Let's give her a little dramatic montage for just to test her out. Okay, so now let's break the rules, which luckily for this time round, we've got a lot of options. All right, the bottom that comes to mind for me that breaks like the most rules when it comes to rectangle body shape dressing is my newest pair of jeans. Well, new to me, I have thrifted these. APC Petite Standard jeans. They are low rise, low slung, and they are a slim straight fit. Yeah. Breaking all the rules with that one. Okay, for our top, we are gonna go with the complete opposite to this. We're gonna go with something that's a crew neck, high neck, that is plain and is a rectangle shape or like a boxy shape. So I guess the question is, which one? This guy might be exactly what we need, but I think maybe we've got better luck with my black. I thought I just shortened. Oh, yeah. Okay. My All Saints t-shirt. It is extremely boxy, and it is definitely a crew neck, and it's literally hitting me right at the hips. So it'll be boxy as we can get. All right, so let's get changed. Okay, that's with jeans. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can get more boxier than that, my friends. It's really funny because my favorite pair of shoes that I own and that I wear the most and I style the most on this channel go completely against these rules. So I am a rule breaker. We're gonna go with the Marni Chelsea boots because they are the perfect counterpoint to what we should be wearing because they are wide, clunky, chunky, and they have an extreme square toe. So there we go. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do, just to make this really interesting, is I'm really gonna ride it home with this high crew neck and add my signature cowboy tie bandana scarf. Yep. You know, just emphasize that high neck. There it is. This is the rule breaking rectangle body shape outfit. Which one would you say is the better outfit? At the end of all of this, it's sort of subjective, isn't it? It's all sort of relative. And I think that's why I always say I don't really believe in body shape or body type dressing, because I think at the end of the day, it really only matters how you feel in something. If you feel the best in the body type dressing, then that's what you should do. There's no doubt that following these rules can definitely give you a balanced, curvy shape. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the only option or the best option of dressing. So I think it just really boils down to you and your preferences. I know, annoying, right? For me, when I look at these two different outfits, I do really like the rule following outfit, I do. The outfit that I actually feel myself in, like comfortable in, confident in, is the rural break-in outfit, is this rectangular outfit. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I actually really like my rectangle body shape. I actually really like the rectangular shape. So a lot of times I like to emphasize that. And other times I like to add some curves. I like to add some shape. I like to snatch that waist up. But that's the beauty of all of this. I get to choose how I get dressed. But I think either way, whatever your form of getting dressed, whatever your method, I think we can all agree that life is always better in a good outfit.